I have a lot of sobriety dates, but the one that was given to me by you all and God is October 18th, 2016. I have a sponsor, she is a sponsor, and I sponsor women in this program by the grace of God. Even if this doesn't go well, since Bobby asked me to speak, I've written 85 pages about my life, and things that have come up in that 85 pages are a miracle. Things I never thought would come up. So they'll be part of my story today only because Bobby asked me. So I feel overwhelmed with gratitude to be sitting here right now. So thanks. I hope I don't offend anyone. It's my opinion, my experience. So the beautiful thing is, if you want to talk about it after, I'll just confirm it's my opinion. And then we'll talk about yours, which is great, because that's how AA works. But anyways, I guess I'll just get started. I grew up, I brought my big book just because I'm a big book thumper and whatever. I'm not a purist, but I'm gonna try to limit my other activities. So please, again, forgive me. So I grew up I was born and raised in South Detroit, literally, like the bar song. I was born to a woman with a high school education and a father with a couple years of college. I grew up middle class. To be very honest, this part of my story is going to fast forward because I do not remember anything up until 11. I'm working on getting my memory back by getting pictures, but I don't have access to a lot of pictures. That's another part of my story. So really my story starts at 11. So my mom died when I was 11. My mom had a brain aneurysm, and one day she was at the house and she didn't feel good, and then the next minute we were at her hospital bed where they told us maybe we could talk to her. We weren't sure if she could hear us. I was 11, my sister was 9. No one had really died before that, so I didn't really understand. Frankly, I was just pissed I wasn't home or we weren't playing, around the house. So that kind of starts my story because after that, life, I guess, changed, but then again, I don't remember the rest. So in childhood, mom passed away, and, dad was super fucked, right? Dad had 2 daughters that he didn't know what to do with. He had been the working breadwinner, so he was gone a lot just because, right, he had to put food on the table. I didn't know that until I did the steps. So I thought dad was gone just because dad didn't want to be around. So I've held that belief for a really long time. So, mom dies, and dad starts, speed dating naturally to try to get a woman in the house. So he goes through a couple women, and during this time, there's really no there's no talk of mom dying. It's just like we moved over at the dinner table, and we don't talk about it. We don't act like it happened. It doesn't come up at school. It doesn't come up at home. Family doesn't mention it. Mom didn't die. Never had a mom. Don't know where she is. No one believes in God at this point. So I am not aware that mom is all around me. I think that I have to go to the cemetery in order to be close to mom. So then I get resentful. I have to go to the cemetery because the cemetery is creepy as fuck. So there's not a lot in that time frame that we didn't go to counseling. I learned at that point to be an emotion compactor. Smash it down, take more in, smash it down, don't say anything. And I'm still very excellent to this day about that. As you can, I'm so disassociated with my story that I don't have a lot of emotion. I know it happened, but I'm working on connecting with it. So anyways, we're in the house. This is about the age 11, 12 that I start drinking. I start drinking. I'm introduced to pot, and that happens at 12. So in my neighborhood, middle class, it's like I don't know if they just don't expect you to drink at 12, because it's weird, right? But we were, and no one noticed. My dad was luckily loaded by the time he got home, so there was no sniff test or anything. So I was taught, go out, drink, get home, and get to your room. The last place you wanted to be was in the kitchen or in the common area when Dad got home from work, because there was no predicting what mood Dad would be in. And unfortunately, at that time, I took that as Dad doesn't care, Dad doesn't love us, Dad doesn't want us. Dad wishes this could all go away. So Dad gets remarried when I'm 12. So less than a year later, Dad decides to get remarried. And we move across the town. So 12 years old, I start a new school. I have 2 new brothers. And I'm in a world of hate. I hate everybody. I hate my brothers. I hate my stepmom. I hate my dad. I hate everybody. And I'm further away from the cemetery. So we move into this house all together. They kind of spring it on us. They took us out to one of those game places, as if arcades would help the fact that you're moving me the fuck across the town. But anyways, that's kind of how things are done. Here you go, deal with it, stuff it down. So we move into this house, and my mom's stuff goes all in the basement. So photo albums, back then they did the videos of your birthdays, all of that gets put in the basement. And the story goes that throughout the time I moved out at 17, if you went near that stuff, you were punished. So I was not, to this day, have not looked at a full photo album of my childhood, because I've asked for them. My mom's sisters has asked for them, and my dad is holding them. So really, physically, emotionally, mentally, Mom is gone. Mom is gone. We're not talking about it. We're not bringing it back up. And I'm 12, 13, so I'm doing things like getting my period. I'm doing things like needing a bra, and I don't have anybody. My stepmom isn't interested in helping. My stepmom is very interested in us helping to clean the home. So we had a chore list that ended up being evidence. I'm hopping around. A friend's family was gonna adopt me, and this chore list was gonna be evidence as to why the home was unstable. I can't even tell you. To this day, I have an obsession with cleaning, because I'm afraid if I don't clean,